We're talking about the Phillies tonight against the Braves. It's a big series. The Braves are reeling. I have a feeling the Braves are going to catch fire somewhere along the line. Maybe not tonight. Hopefully not tonight. Chris Sale has had a rough time so far. We hate to have this night be the night he throws a gem against Wheeler. But in any event, there's this notion out there about this Phillies team, Bill, that this team just feels different. And I go, well, first of all, they played two mutt teams early on, and they did take 2 or 3 of the Dodgers, which is you need a little more against good competition to measure a team. Last year, they were pretty good, weren't they?
They were unbelievable.
They started pretty well last year, right? What feels different about this team that didn't feel different last year?
Well, I do think that a lot of people, I think that we are overreacting to the start. It's been good, but I think we're overreacting to the start and forgetting, because we have short-term memory here, forgetting how dominant that team was last year to start. I mean, they went 40-18 in the months of April and May. If you were looking at one major positive that is different, though, from this year to last year, and it's a small sample size, has been the chase rate, right? You look at the 2 years before this, they were the worst chase rate of any team that made the playoffs in the National League. Yeah. Right now, they're number one, but you're talking 9 games.
Very early.
And let's also be honest here. I think both of us would have had a good chase rate on Sunday when the guy couldn't hit the mound, when he's melting down. When Glasnow's melting down on the mound, it was pretty easy to sit back and say, all right, let this guy melt down. So the chase rates, it's encouraging, but I'm not getting too carried away after 9 games.
Can I add the X factor here, where if you're going to think that this Phillies team feels different, do you realize the bullpen is a major part of a team? This bullpen is in trouble right now. They're in trouble. I know you don't want to look that closely, but let's do it here. Let's look a little closer. I see 2 guys that I trust right now. 2.5 maybe. I have a half a trust in Kirkering. I don't have full trust. I don't have trust in guys like Ruiz and down the line. I certainly don't have trust in Romano right now, and he's supposed to be an important high-leverage guy, okay? So that leaves you with only 2 high-leverage guys, and they're both left-handed. Do you have a high-leverage right-hander that you trust right now? He hasn't done a good enough. I said it at the start of this year. He has not done a good enough job with the bullpen, Dave Dombrowski.
Yeah, no, you're right there. I mean, the right-handed arm in the pen, you got to hope that Kirkering continues to – I know he didn't have the greatest outing, but he was put in a rough spot because of Romano on Sunday. But you got to hope Kirkering can grow into that. But what they're going to have to do with Romano, and I think you're going to start to see it, you saw it on Sunday when they put him in the 7th, is you're going to have to put him in some low-leverage situations. You're going to have to hope that you can get him some confidence, put him in there. Tonight, you got to hope Wheeler goes 7 strong, and maybe you don't even see Romano tonight.
I'm going to tell you what you have to do to Romano. He has to go to AAA.
You going to shut him down for a little while?
No. He's got to develop arm strength. You can't develop arm strength during a major league season. He's got to get down there and throw. They got to send him down and give him a couple innings at a time to get his arm strength back. When you drop that much in your velocity, what you're crossing your fingers that you could throw him into a major league game.
Yeah, you are. It'll be interesting what they do. I don't know if they'll.
I don't know what his contract situation is, but I would think that he needs to go down and develop some more. He's not ready. From spring training, where he did touch 98 a couple times, and then all of a sudden they come north and he's got nothing. There's something wrong there, and you got to develop some kind of arm strength program, and you don't have time to do it at the major league level.
Yeah, so how would that work? Does his contract allow him to be sent down?
I'm sure he could be sent down, some rehab assignment or whatever.
Yeah,
put him on an IL for a little bit. You send him on a rehab assignment. You can do something procedurally to this.
Yeah, they could figure something out.
You're listening to the Mike Missanelli Show, WPEN and WPEN HD1, Burlington, Philadelphia, a Beasley Media Group station. And we broadcast live from Comcast Business Studios, powering possibilities. Let's get to the phones and start the 11 o'clock hour with a phone call. And thanks for the phone calls today. You can climb in today at 610-632-0975, either by phone or by text. Let's go to Gary in Southampton. Gary, you're on 97.5 The Fanatic. What's up, bud?
Hey, Michael. How you doing?
Good.
It's Gary. How are you?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Listen, I wanted to definitely agree with you 200% on this about Stout. You know what I mean? Stout, whatever his name is.
Uh-huh.
But Stout. He
Stout's a dark beer. But go ahead.
Who? Yeah, exactly right.
All right.
Carolyn Stott,
Uh-huh.
good beer company. But anyway, he's definitely got to sit tonight, okay? Because he can't hit Sale, and you know the shortstop. I mean, what's his name has to play, Armando. He's too good of a ball player right now, hitting well. So, and I agree with you also on the center field situation. They're both 220 average hitters. One's left-handed, one's right-handed, and that's
Yeah, unfortunately, that's all you have right now. And you may have to straight platoon him. And I don't know if you get much out of Rojas when you platoon him and he has to play against left-handed. You're going to throw him in tonight against Sale. I don't know. Maybe he does get a couple hits. Maybe he doesn't. But you can't play Marsh or Stott against this guy tonight.
No, you can't. You can't. No way in hell you're going to do that.
Yeah,
So,
I got you.
but I agree with you.
All right, man.
All right, pal.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Now Stott is hitting .091 against left-handers, which means what's that? It's 1 for 11, isn't it?
Yeah, he's been pretty bad.
1 for 11.
He had one walk in. He's had 12 plate appearances.
All right, so he's 1 for 11 with a walk.
But I just don't understand it, and you said it, and the caller just said it with these definitives. Like, there's no way in hell that Stott's going to be able to hit Sale. Well, how do we know? He's never had a plate appearance against the guy.
He's 1 for 11 against left-handers that aren't Sale.
And coming into the season, what did Rob Thompson say?
I don't get you.
What did Rob Thompson say coming into the season?
Listen,
they want Stott to be an everyday player.
They do.
So how do you get there if you don't give him an opportunity?
Well, you don't give him an opportunity against this left-hander. You're not hearing what I'm saying here. I would love to give him an opportunity and to have him be an everyday player. Not tonight. And you keep fighting it. Like, I don't get what's your fight about tonight? What's the big deal if he sits against Sale and you get Sosa in the lineup and you satisfy that need and he can play second base, he can't play left field? I don't understand where you're going with this.
Because I don't want to do that to Bryson Stott.
But
I want to show confidence.
You want to do it to Kepler?
I don't mind it as much with Kepler. I don't, because Kepler, look, I don't know what you're getting in Max Kepler. I really don't. But I think it's a little bit easier of a sell to sit him tonight with how hot Sosa is. If we truly believe that Stott, we kind of know what Kepler is.
Does Kepler have more experience against left-handed pitchers?
He does.
Is he a better hitter against left-handed pitchers than either Marsh or Stott? Then what are you doing?
Well, no, Marsh, throw him out. I don't want Marsh.
Okay.
So don't include
what
him
I'm
with
saying,
Stott.
there's some left-handers that you feel more comfortable with against a left-hander like Sale. You know, if I'm the manager, I don't feel comfortable with Stott against Sale. Why would I do that? Why I feel much more comfortable playing Kepler in left field, playing Sosa, keeping him in the lineup, and you play him at second base tonight. That doesn't mean I'm straight platooning in left field. It just so happens tonight I'm going to do it.
Last season was the first time that we started to see Bryson Stott getting platooned. Before that, coming into last year, at the start of the season, we wouldn't even have considered it.
Dude,
it was Bryson Stott's got a shot at hitting 300.
Why are you so obsessed with one game?
Why are you so obsessed with one game?
Because I'm putting my best lineup in there. That's why. If I'm the manager, I'm not going to mess around. I'm putting my best lineup in. I got to start a series against the Braves, a division rival. I got a hot batter in Sosa. I'm not going to put him in left field with Wheeler on the mound. Like, I've given you 6 logical things here.
Because I don't
won't
like
give it up.
I don't like the message it sends to Bryson Stott.
A message.
I don't like it.
When Bryson Stott starts to hit against left-handers, there'll be no message.
How do you hit against lefties if you don't give him a chance?
You don't hit him against Sale. You hit him against the next lefter. Whoever they play next, whoever the next left-hander is, I play him. That's not good enough for you?
No. I want him in the lineup
You're the
tonight.
most stubborn man on earth.
I want Bryson Stott in the lineup tonight. I want him in the lineup, and I want Sosa in the lineup.
You're frustrating, man. You really are.
Keep Bohm on the bench then. How about that?
You're frustrating.
Now, Bohm will be back tonight.
You hate Bohm.
I honestly,
you hate Bohm. I hate Rojas.
I cannot believe. I really can't.
Meanwhile, Bohm was an all-star last year, and he almost won the home run derby. You hate him.
And he got benched in the division series because he couldn't stop being a whining baby.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what you've seen already in 9 games. I'm shocked. I am absolutely shocked that Alec Bohm coming into this season didn't realize that all of the trade chatter for you didn't have to do with your play. It had to do with your attitude. and you come in with the same crap. I mean, even after the first game, and I agreed with him that the shadows were tough down in Washington, but even after the first game, we should stop playing 4 o'clock games. Like, Bohm, shut up, man. This is what people don't like about you. This is why you were on the trading block. Get your attitude right. You're not a kid anymore. That's why I've been so bothered by it.
It's amazing to me that you can dislike a good player, and yet you have deference to the Rojas's of the world.
Let me ask you.
Yeah, it's stunning to me.
Why did Bohm get benched in the playoffs last year? He was an all-star third baseman. Why did he get benched?
He struggled and he whined.
There we go. And he's whining already.
Yeah, but he's he's hitting about 200 right now. He's off to a bad start.
So stop the whining. I don't care about the bad start. I think he can become a good player. He is a good player. It's just the attitude. That's the reason he was on the trading block. Because of his attitude, and 9 games in, you've already started.
I think you've embellished. I've seen the attitude before. I think you embellished it. He hit to a double play. He was disappointed. He showed disappointment. I don't know if that's an attitude.
I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't think he gets sat on Sunday if it wasn't because of the way. And it's also his approach at the plate. He saw 5 pitches or whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
And 6 at-bats.
On the other side, we're going to talk about something that's it's kind of bawdy. And it's a male question. And it has to do with some sports figure who got snagged. You know,
we are throwing this out there.
It never goes well when you try to do something like this. But we're gonna try to explore this topic. It has to do with the assistant general manager of the Detroit Tigers, who got fired for doing something. What would you say? What would you describe it? What he did?
We'll say something inappropriate. And then we'll explain it on the other side.
He did something inappropriate. We'll talk about it. The Mike Missanelli Show's on 97.5 The Fanatic.
Hey, everybody, it's Bill Colarulo. Thanks for watching. We appreciate it. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel so you can engage during the show, and you're not going to want to miss all the content that we post. It's not only the live videos. It's videos after the fact. It's our shorts. It's all the content you want as a Philadelphia sports fan. Looking forward to connecting.